Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest cybersecurity alerts. Today we're discussing a critical, ongoing threat that has been lurking for years and has the potential to affect millions. An unpatched Windows zero-day flaw that has been exploited by 11 state-sponsored threat groups since 2017. This is not something to ignore, and in this video, we'll break down everything you need to know to stay protected. So, what exactly is a zero-day flaw? In the simplest terms, a zero-day flaw is a vulnerability in software that is unknown to the vendor, leaving systems open to exploitation. The most dangerous part? There's no patch available, and the clock is ticking while attackers exploit it. A zero-day is like leaving a back door wide open without realizing it. Once a hacker discovers it, they can exploit it without any immediate consequences because there's no fix. Now, this specific flaw is in Windows operating systems, and it's been identified as CVE 2017-0001. What makes this flaw especially concerning is that Microsoft was made aware of it in 2017, but even today, it remains unpatched on certain versions of Windows. This vulnerability allows attackers to execute arbitrary code remotely on a system, giving them complete control over your computer. They can infiltrate your system, steal sensitive information, and even deploy malware to further exploit your environment. And since Microsoft hasn't released a comprehensive patch for all affected systems, many users remain vulnerable. But here's the most disturbing part. Since its discovery, this zero-day flaw has been exploited by 11 state-sponsored threat groups across the globe, including groups linked to Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea. These are not just random hackers. These are highly organized, well-funded, and sophisticated cyber actors who have the resources and motives to carry out targeted cyber attacks on governments, military organizations, critical infrastructure, and private sector organizations. These attacks have involved cyber espionage, data theft, and even the potential for cyber warfare. What's even more terrifying is that these threat groups have been exploiting this flaw for over 8 years, and it's still actively being used today. The fact that these state-sponsored groups are using a vulnerability that Microsoft is still trying to patch shows how deeply embedded these attacks are. Imagine the damage they could do if the flaw remains in your system, unpatched, for years to come. So what should you do to protect yourself from this ongoing danger? Here's a wake-up call for anyone using Windows,
और उसके बाद
especially if
गिट
you're
को इंस्टॉल
still
करना
running
है।
older
इसके लिए
versions.
आपको sudo apt install git इस
First,
कमांड का यूज़ कर लेना
update
है।
your system immediately. Apply any security
अभी
patches
हमें गिटहब पर
Microsoft
जाना है
releases. But know that some versions of Windows may still be vulnerable
और
until a
सर्च
full
करना है
patch
सोशल
is
मीडिया
rolled
टर्मिनल
out.
पे हमें टाइप करना है git
If you're
clone
running
और
unsupported
कॉपी की
versions
गई
like
यूआरएल
Windows
को हमें यहाँ
7
पर
or
पेस्ट करना
Windows
है और
8,
एंटर प्रेस करना है।
it's time
जैसे
to
एंटर प्रेस
upgrade to a
करेंगे उसके बाद
supported
सोशल
version
मीडिया
like
हैकिंग टूल
Windows
हमारे
10
लिनक्स
or
मशीन में
Windows
डाउनलोड हो
11.
जाएगा।
Second,
अभी इसको रन
ensure
करने के लिए
you're
हमें
using
कुछ आईएमपी
strong endpoint
डिपेंडेंसीज को भी
protection
डाउनलोड करना होगा।
software. This
इसके
adds
लिए
an
हमें
extra layer of defense against potential exploits targeting this flaw. Third, always monitor security advisories from Microsoft and cybersecurity experts. They're your best line of defense against emerging threats. And finally, stay vigilant. Cyber attacks don't always announce themselves with flashy red flags. They can be silent and stealthy, operating in the background for months or even years without you knowing. Stay on the lookout for unusual behavior on your network, unexpected system crashes, or slow performance. These could be signs that your system has already been compromised. Now let's zoom out for a second and take a step back. This flaw isn't just a Windows problem, it's a global cybersecurity crisis. State-sponsored cyber attacks are increasingly targeting critical infrastructure, sensitive data, and even supply chains. This zero-day flaw is just one example of the growing sophistication of cyber warfare. Governments and organizations worldwide are under constant threat, and as individuals, we need to do our part to stay secure. The fact that this vulnerability has been exploited for years without a complete patch is a wake-up call. We can no longer afford to be complacent. If you value your security, whether personally or professionally, take action now. Don't wait for the next attack to hit. Secure your systems, update your software, and stay informed. To wrap things up, This unpatched Windows zero-day flaw has been exploited by 11 state-sponsored threat groups for cyber espionage and data theft since 2017. It's an urgent issue, and the risks are real. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation about how we can stay ahead of these threats. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay safe online.